Bonjour everyone et welcome back to Langmitra's French Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Chloe, and I'm so excited to dive into today's lesson, which is all about building your French polite safety net.
Bonjour, Chloe. I'm really looking forward to this one. Last time we learned basic greetings and introductions, and I felt pretty good about saying bonjour and ça va. But I keep wondering, what happens when the conversation goes beyond that and I get stuck?
That's a fantastic question, Devendra, and it's exactly what we're going to tackle today. Many learners, especially at the beginner level, feel that panic when they don't understand something or can't express what they need. Today, we're equipping you with the essential rescue phrases, polite ways to ask for clarification, repetition, or to express a basic need, keeping you moving forward without losing confidence.
That sounds incredibly useful, Chloe. I've definitely been in situations where I just freeze up.
Absolutely, Devendra, and you're not alone. Our goal is to empower you to keep the conversation going, even if it's just by asking someone to speak a little slower. So, let's start with clarification strategies. Imagine someone is speaking to you and you didn't quite catch what they said. What's the simplest way to say, excuse me, or pardon me, in French? Almost like, could you repeat that?
I think I might have heard pardon. Is that right?
Exactly, Devendra. You got it. The simplest and most versatile phrase is pardon. It's pronounced pardon, with a slight nasal sound at the end. It's super useful because it can mean excuse me, sorry, or could you repeat that, depending on the context. Let's practice that. Can you try saying pardon for me?
Pardon?
Excellent, Devendra. That was perfect. Now, let's try it again, really focusing on that soft, almost silent R and the nasal sound. Pardon?
Pardon?
Wonderful. See how natural that sounds? Now, what if you need to be more specific? You want to ask, can you repeat, please? For this, we use the phrase, Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Let's break that down. Pouvez-vous means can you, répéter is to repeat, and s'il vous plaît means please. It's the formal please, which is always a good choice when you're speaking to someone you don't know well. So, pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Can you try that, Devendra?
Okay, let me try. Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît?
Good attempt, Devendra. You've got the rhythm, but let's refine a couple of sounds. For pouvez-vous, make sure the V is clear. And for s'il vous plaît, the S in s'il is soft, almost like a C. Let's try it again together. Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît?
Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît?
Much better, Devendra. That S sound was spot on that time. You're getting better each time. Now, another common issue is when someone is speaking too fast. How do you politely ask them to slow down? We say, Pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît? So, parler means to speak, and plus lentement means more slowly. It's a very useful phrase. Devendra, would you like to give that a go?
Sure, Chloe. Pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît?
Excellent effort, Devendra. You're really trying to get those sounds right. Just a small adjustment. The U in plus is a bit like the U in moon, but with your lips rounded more tightly, almost like you're about to whistle. And the ent at the end of lentement is pronounced like the en in ant, but again, that nasal sound. Let's try it once more. Pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît?
Pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît?
Fantastic, Devendra. That was much clearer, especially the plus and lentement. You're doing great. And finally, if you really just don't understand at all, you can simply say, Je ne comprends pas. This means I don't understand. Je is I, ne pas is how we form negation in French, and comprends is understand. So, je ne comprends pas. Can you try that?
Je ne comprends pas.
Perfect, Devendra. The pronunciation of ne and pas was spot on, and that nasal in comprend was excellent. That's a really crucial phrase to have in your back pocket. Now, let's try a little role play, Devendra. Imagine we're at a train station in Paris, and I'm giving you directions to your platform, but I'm speaking a bit fast. How would you ask me to repeat or slow down?
Okay, Devendra. So you're speaking fast. I would say, pardon, pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Très bien, Devendra. That's an excellent start. You used pardon and then followed up with a more specific request. What if I repeated it, but still a bit too quickly? What would be your next move?
I'd probably need to ask you to slow down. So, pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît?
Exactly. That's a perfect sequence of phrases to keep you in the conversation. You use them both very well, and your pronunciation for lentement was much more confident this time. That's real progress, Devendra. Remember, these phrases are your polite safety net. Don't be afraid to use them. French people appreciate the effort, even if you stumble a little.
That's really encouraging, Chloe. It makes me feel less nervous about trying. So we've covered asking for clarification. What about when I need to ask for something, like a coffee or a map?
Wonderful transition, Devendra. That brings us to our second core set of survival phrases, expressing needs and wants. The most polite way to say I would like in French is je voudrais. This uses the conditional tense, which automatically makes your request very polite, similar to saying I would like instead of I want in English. For example, je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît, meaning I would like a coffee, please. Or je voudrais de l'eau, s'il vous plaît, meaning I would like some water, please. Can you try saying je voudrais for me?
Je voudrais.
Almost. The oo in voudrais is like the oo in food, and the a at the end is like the a in say. So, je voudrais. Let's try again.
Je voudrais.
Perfect, Devendra. That sounds much more confident. Now try saying, I would like a coffee, please. Remember, un café.
Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît.
Excellent. You nailed it, Devendra. That's how you politely order something. Now, what if you have a more urgent need, like I need a taxi or I need help? For I need, we use j'ai besoin de. This literally means I have need of. So, j'ai besoin d'un taxi, meaning I need a taxi, or j'ai besoin d'aide, meaning I need help. The de becomes de before a vowel. Let's try j'ai besoin de. The a is like the a in day, and besoin is besoin, with that nasal un sound. Can you give it a try?
J'ai besoin de?
Very close, Devendra. The z sound in besoin is important, and that nasal vowel at the end is tricky, but you're getting there. Let's try to make the sound a bit more open. J'ai besoin de. Focus on the y sound, which is like wa in English. J'ai besoin de.
J'ai besoin de.
That's it. Much better. The y sound was clearer. Now, Devendra, try saying I need help, please. J'ai besoin d'aide, s'il vous plaît.
J'ai besoin d'aide, s'il vous plaît.
Fantastique, Devendra. You put it all together. You're doing so well, and these phrases are truly your lifeline when traveling. What's important to remember is that in French culture, politeness is highly valued, even when you're in a hurry or a bit stressed. Starting with bonjour and ending with merci, and using s'il vous plaît is not just a nicety, it's expected.
That's a great cultural insight, Chloe. I think in English, sometimes we can be a bit more direct, especially in service interactions. But I definitely noticed that in some cultures, a formal greeting and polite phrasing really open doors.
Exactly, Devendra. It's like a key. In France, walking into a shop and just saying, I need this, without a bonjour first, can come across as quite rude. The bonjour acknowledges the person's presence, and then you can proceed with your request, softened by je voudrais or s'il vous plaît. It shows respect. Even if you're struggling with the language, making an effort to be polite goes a very long way. It often means people will be more patient and willing to help you. It's part of the French art de vivre, the art of living, where respect and courtesy are woven into daily interactions.
That makes a lot of sense, Chloe. It's not just about the words, but the intention behind them. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Parfait, Devendra. Now, let's do a quick review and then a final mini interaction. I'll say the French phrase and you tell me what it means, and then repeat it. First, pardon.
That means excuse me or sorry. Pardon?
Excellent. Next, pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît?
That's can you speak slower, please? Pouvez-vous parler plus lentement, s'il vous plaît?
Superbe. And how about je ne comprends pas?
I don't understand. Je ne comprends pas.
Fantastique, Devendra. You're really getting the hang of these. Finally, je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît.
I would like a coffee, please. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît.
Amazing, Devendra. Your pronunciation has improved so much from the beginning of the lesson. Compare how you said lentement at the beginning versus now.
Huge difference. You're really building confidence. Let's try one last scenario. You're at a hotel reception and you need a map of the city. How would you greet the receptionist, ask for a map, and then thank them?
Okay, Chloe. I'd say, Bonjour, je voudrais une carte de la ville, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Devendra. That was absolutely brilliant. You used all the elements we discussed, the polite greeting, the polite request with je voudrais and s'il vous plaît, and a clear merci. That's a perfect 30-second survival interaction right there. You should be very proud of your progress today. Remember to review your study cards on Langmitra after this lesson for all the vocabulary, grammar, and cultural insights, and try the practice exercises to solidify your pronunciation and understanding.
Thanks, Chloe. I feel much more prepared for real-life situations now. I'll definitely be using Langmitra to practice these phrases.
That's wonderful to hear, Devendra. You've taken a huge step in building your French communication skills. Keep practicing these phrases. They will become second nature. Next time, we'll expand on your travel toolkit by learning how to ask for and understand directions. And we'll start counting in French. That's going to be really exciting. Until then, continue practicing and don't be afraid to use your new polite safety net. Au revoir, Devendra.
Au revoir, Chloé, and thank you.
De rien. You're welcome.
Before we recap, one quick ask. What worked for you in this lesson? What felt hard? And what topic should we teach next? Drop it in the comments. Your feedback shapes what we build next.
One language sets you in a corridor for life. Learn language with podcast. Subscribe